Dad, didn't you ever have guys at your school that didn't fit in?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah? Well, I'm one of those guys.
Thought things were going okay for you.
Yeah, well, I like art. I work in a gas station. My best friend is a tomboy. These things don't fly too well in the American high school.
Some Kind of Wonderful is a 1987 teen coming-of-age film written by John Hughes and directed by Howard Deutsch that would find critical acclaim and some box office success. In the San Fernando Valley of Los Angeles, California, blue-collar car mechanic Keith Nelson, played by Eric Stoltz, spends most of his time with his best friend tomboy drummer Watts, played by Mary Stuart Masterson. Keith's father, Cliff, played by John Ashton, is constantly pressuring his son to be the first in their family to go to college.
Been checking out some colleges.
Dad, you going to college? It's great.
If I'd have gone to college, I wouldn't be selling tires 6 days a week. That's what you're going to be doing if you don't get with the program. Now, come here. Take a look at a couple of these. A bunch of new ones came in the mail today. Co-ed, phys ed.
Can I do this later?
I'm not trying to break your back here, pal.
I know.
Just want you to get off the dime and think about your future. You got a shot to be the first guy in this family who didn't have to wash his hands after a day's work.
Keith is very attracted to fellow high schooler Amanda Jones, played by Lea Thompson. While Amanda is one of the most popular girls in school, she is from the same working class area as Keith and Watts, but her attractiveness allows her to date the wealthy Hardy Jens, played by Craig Sheffer. Hardy is a selfish jerk who fools around with many other women.
So this is what you do for a living, huh? I'm sorry, my hand slipped.
Just cut it out.
Why don't you mind your own business? So you like looking at my girlfriend, huh?
Shut up, Hardy.
What? He likes looking at you.
Sorry.
I'd recommend you keep your eyes and your mind off my property.
When Keith overhears that Amanda has received 2 weeks of detention due to skipping gym class, he quickly gets himself into trouble so he can join her. Much to his disappointment, Amanda has used her sexy looks and her dimples to get out of detention.
I kind of had a better idea. I was kind of wondering if I wouldn't have to serve detention at all. I promised I'd never ever do it again.
During his detentions, Keith befriends a punk bad boy student named Duncan, played by Elias Koteas.
Welcome. Is this detention?
Actually, it's your mother's house. And we're all having a party.
After Amanda breaks up with Hardy, Keith musters up the courage to ask her out.
I wanted to know if maybe you wanted to go out with me. But if it's too difficult a time, then I understand it.
You're asking me out on a date?
To spite Hardy, Amanda accepts the date with Keith. Seeing Keith and Amanda go out makes Watts realize that she is romantically attracted to her best friend Keith.
Since when do your parents let you go clubbing on school nights?
I'm waiting for Amanda.
Here? She's coming here? On a school night? Did I miss something? Is there a new world order?
Look, if you're gonna bug me and make me feel bad, can you do it later, please?
Maybe she didn't have ID.
Who doesn't have ID?
Maybe she doesn't like you as much as you think.
Keith's new reputation baffles his older sister Laura, played by Maddie Corman, as well as his little sister Cindy, played by Candace Cameron.
Well, her boyfriend's a man, for Christ's sake.
Hey.
Well, he's extensively easy on the eyes. He's a total buck, and you're Keith.
she nice?
Mother, the girl is sex.
God's sakes, I'm eating.
Glad you got time to think about the girls. Between the girls in your Arctic, you don't have time to think about anything important. You'll be dead and buried before you get off your butt and apply to a college.
Ease up, Dad. Any fool could get into a college. Only a precious few may say the same about Amanda Jones.
Keith's popularity around the school begins to increase once word spreads of his upcoming dates with Amanda.
Congratulations on your latest coup. Yeah.
You know about Amanda Jones?
You think I live here? I have a personal life too, man. How did you manage to swing that one?
I don't know, Duncan. You know, I asked her out. She said yes. Word.
Anytime somebody from the outside lifts a woman from a gwat like Jen's, man, we could all find cause to rejoice. I'm proud of you.
Whereas Amanda's popularity quickly declines among her wealthy friends, including her best friend Shane, played by Molly Hagan.
I think we're going to Aspen over Christmas. I said hi.
Oh, Aspen's okay, but there's really nothing much to do, you know, at night.
What is this, you guys?
Yeah, it's mostly private parties. I had a really good time there last spring.
Shane.
Well, spring, it's a completely different feeling. I mean, there's so many more college people.
True. But what's in the Virgin Islands?
What, are you kidding me? There are a million guys.
So this is it, right?
I'd go anywhere if I could bag the family and be on my own.
Thanks.
When John Hughes wrote the 1986 film Pretty in Pink, he was unhappy with the ending. He wanted Molly Ringwald's character of Andy to get together with John Cryer's character of Ducky. But the film's ending of Andy getting together with Andrew McCarthy's rich character Blaine was forced upon him by the studio. In retaliation, John Hughes wrote this film with the ending that he envisioned for Pretty in Pink. Hughes decided to retell the story, but with the genders of the main characters switched. Eric Stoltz plays the Molly Ringwald character, Mary Stuart Masterson plays the John Cryer role, Lea Thompson plays the Andrew McCarthy character, and John Ashton would be the Harry Dean Stanton role. John Hughes named the three main protagonists Keith, Watts, and Amanda Jones as an inside joke tribute to the rock band The Rolling Stones. Keith Richards, Charlie Watts, and the song Miss Amanda Jones. John Hughes wanted Molly Ringwald to star in this movie as well, but she declined in order to pursue more adult roles. Allegedly, Hughes took it personally. This effectively ended their working relationship, and the two never worked together again following Pretty in Pink. The movie was shot in Los Angeles, California in the summer of 1986. Filming locations included San Pedro High School, Hancock Park, and the Hollywood Bowl. This is one of very, very few John Hughes written films that does not take place in the fictional Chicago suburb of Shermer, Illinois. The role of Keith Nelson was written with Eric Stoltz in mind, and this film marks the feature film debut of Candace Cameron. Elias Koteas was discovered by John Hughes auditioning for a role in Hughes' 1988 film She's Having a Baby, and it was at his suggestion that he would be cast in the role of Duncan, the bad boy school punk. Elias Koteas studied acting under Peter Masterson, co-star Mary Stuart Masterson's father. Elias Koteas improvised much of his lines and actions. When Duncan rests his head on Amanda's shoulder, Lea Thompson's surprised laugh was real. Elias Koteas is an underrated actor who has shown up in many, many films, and his bad boy punk character does add some good humor to this movie.
That's what my girlfriend would look like without skin.
Director Howard Deutsch and actress Lea Thompson fell in love while filming this movie. He was 11 years her senior, and they were married in 1989, and they are the parents of actresses Madeline Deutsch and Zoe Deutsch. Eric Stoltz, Lea Thompson, Elias Koteas, and Molly Hagan were all born in 1961, making them all about 24 or 25 years old when they were filming this playing high schoolers. Some Kind of Wonderful was released into theaters February 27, 1987, and grossed a total of $18.5 million, making it a box office success. While most critics dismissed the movie as a Pretty in Pink clone, Roger Ebert gave this film 3 stars and said that Some Kind of Wonderful is yet another film in which John Hughes and his team show a special ability to make an entertaining movie about teenagers, which is also about life, having insecurities, about rejection, and learning to grow. President Ronald Reagan screened this movie at Camp David on March 21st, 1987. I first saw this film in 2021, and while it may be overlooked compared to other John Hughes written films such as 16 Candles or Pretty in Pink, I actually think I might like this movie just a little bit more than Pretty in Pink. Pink is more iconic than this film, but that movie is much darker. This movie is slightly more lighthearted, and I think it makes it a little more enjoyable. I also find myself rooting for Eric Stoltz as the redheaded guy trying to get the girl, which I can respect as a redheaded guy myself. John Ashton is always great, and Lea Thompson was adorable enough with her dimples and white panties for the director to marry her. I'll go ahead and recommend the 1987 John Hughes written film, Some Kind of Wonderful.